Next up, we have 53, A Dark Zone, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 soundtrack by Toby Fox. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Once again, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. This has to be achieved through legitimate means, though. No account duping, no botting, nothing like that. We do this honestly. Share the videos, bring people to the community. Like, invite people to the Discord, whatever you want. Use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have people on the Discord that do. So there you go. Just building community like that, and there's that. And members get early access to the content. So I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you are a paid member on YouTube, regardless of the tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them on Saturday. So become a member today and enjoy your early access. Disclaimers on top of this. Number one, this is my first time listening to this, so I will be pausing a lot and I will be speaking a lot, as I will be pointing things out and explaining things as I hear them or as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I've been stumbling upon my words. I just stumbled upon my words twice, and I will do it again. Whatever happens. With that being said, let's do this. A Dark Zone from Deltarune. Let's go. Okay, so we start with two main elements. I love the retro vibe of Deltarune and Undertale. My understanding, at least from Undertale, was that the game was supposed to be able to fit in an NES cartridge. Like, you were supposed to be able to play this on an NES if you were to put it on a cartridge and whatnot. Either NES or SNES, one of those two, right? And with that, we are emulating the old sounds of the NES days, using those. I think we call it chiptune right now. And we have NES. So yeah, so an NES, like Toby wanted to make sure that it would go like that. It means the video game has to be really, really small and whatnot. But more importantly, this gives us a couple of things. And this already breaks the... Like this track as is already breaks that code. Because back in the NES days, you only had 3 layers of sound altogether. Right now, we have 4. We have 2 synths. We have one of them holding down chords, what we just call block chords, and the other one giving us an arpeggiation. Arpeggiation is when you play a chord one note at a time, with our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from, and we have that playing right now. So strictly speaking, I mean, this is Deltarune, this is no longer Undertale, so it makes sense that Toby would move away. He did his experiment, I think he succeeded, and we've moved on, and we are now just paying tribute to the sounds and not to the limitations. So yeah, and we had a moment of speeding up the change of chords, which is called a harmonic rhythm, and let's see where it goes. So I'm going to explain harmonic rhythm in a moment. Let me just hear where this goes. Okay, and now with the chords, instead of just doing the block chords, we are playing the chords, and then we are adding a little bit of extra melody in what we call counterpoint. So, counterpoint is the study mainly of melodies, how they develop, how they interact with one another, usually what happens when you pit more than one against each other. Potato, welcome to the day, how you doing? So yes, we're having counterpoint going on right now, which is a fairly common way of doing this kind of counterpoint, of you play the chord and then you play the secondary melody to what the main thing is doing, giving us a very, very lovely melody. So now, let's talk about the concept of harmonic rhythm, because this one is one of the reasons why music theory can be complicated. So when you're making music, you have three elements: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Harmony is by far the most complex out of all of the three elements, because rhythm is the use of time, how fast, how slow, time signatures, beat, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day is a fairly linear process. Like, the complicated stuff starts happening when you start doing odd time signatures and like syncopations and stuff like that. Melody, well, that's melody. It's just the individual horizontal lines. Those can get a bit more complicated once you introduce counterpoint. But harmony is what chords you're using. What scales can you make out of the chords that you're using? What chords can you make out of the scales that you're using? What relationship do your chords have between one another? What relations do your scales have between one another? What relation do the sets of chords that you are using have between each other? How fast or how slow you are changing chords? How fast or how slow you're changing sets of chords? And it just keeps going deeper and deeper than that. So the concept of how fast you change chords is called harmonic rhythm. So let's say we have our set of measures. Measures or bars is the smallest subdivision of music, right? So let's say we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 bars. Let's say we have 4 bars. 4, 4. No need to worry about that right now, right? So we have chord number 1 playing through all 4 bars, and that's the only chord that plays, and then it's the melody and the rhythm that change everything. And then after 4 bars, we change from chord 1 to chord 2. And that plays for every 4 bars. Our harmonic rhythm, therefore, is once every 4 bars, we change chords. However, if we were then to say, okay, so after that happens, how about we go from chord 1 to chord 3 over here after 2 measures? Now, the harmonic rhythm has sped up, because we are now going from every 4 bars to every 2 bars. And then if we go say, okay, so then after chord 3, we do chord 4 over here, but then we bring back chord 2 so that we can loop back into chord 3. Now we are speeding up the harmonic rhythm even more in the final bar, creating an even stronger cadence, that kind of thing. It gets much worse than that, but this is like the simple, the layman-friendly explanation of this. So let's see where this goes. And we switch over to a swing. So we now change the chords are staying the same, the melody is staying the same, but what is changing is our rhythm. The rhythm has gone from what we would call straight eighths to swing. So now we have to go to the concept of rhythm. Melody, harmony, rhythm. Once again, rhythm being the concept of time. Time being then subdivided into bars or measures. And the way this works is that we use a time signature. Time signature being 2 numbers, upper number, lower number. Upper number is the number of beats. Lower number is the type of beats. You're taking too long? I'll take as damn long as I want. So, yes, upper number, lower number, and jazz, don't forget. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. So, in English, it's pretty easy to remember the types of beats, right? We have whole notes represented by number 1, half notes represented by number 2, quarter notes by number 4, eighth notes by number 8, sixteenths by number 16, so on and so forth. So, and a thing to note, 1 whole note contains 2 half notes, 1 half note, 2 quarter notes, 1 quarter note, 2 eighth notes. It just keeps halving, right? So on and so forth. So a 4/4 bar is going to be 4 quarter notes in a single bar. So let me just 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to count them as quarter notes. Reference to the fight where the song plays, by the way. Oh! Okay, so, I haven't played these games. Sterlitz, welcome today. How you doing? Okay, so yes, you count 1 through 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then, as I just said, 1 quarter note contains 2 eighth notes. So in between the quarter notes, we can put eighth notes, which, let's just count the quarter notes first. So if you count the quarter notes, you're counting 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. However, if you start playing the eighth notes, in between the eighth notes are then symbolized by the symbol of an. You start doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, which gives us the sound of straight eighth notes, which is, yeah, that's just straight eighth notes. However, there is the concept of tupleting. Tupleting is when you basically jam more notes in the space of another set of notes. The most famous one being the triplet, particularly the eighth note triplet. So we already have these straight eighth notes in this example. Then the next bar we are going to introduce the eighth note triplet. So the triplet, what it's going to do is, in the time that it would otherwise take us to play 2 eighth notes, now we're going to play 3. So here we would have number, first ta, and second ta. This would be then symbolized by a number 3, usually with these brackets. And there you have your triplets. So instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we go 1 ta ta, 2 ta ta, 3 ta ta, 4 ta ta, 1 ta ta, 2 ta ta, 3 ta ta, 4 ta ta. And the concept of swing is to grab these, but to get rid of the middle of the first ta. So instead of doing 1 ta ta, 2 ta ta, 3 ta ta, 4 ta ta, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we are doing 1 ta 2 ta 3 ta 4, 1 ta 1 2 ta 3 ta 4 ta 1 ta 2 ta 3 ta 4. And if you speed it up, you get a lot faster, which is the feeling that we are getting. Usually in contemporary notation, you will just see it written as like swing feel, but in other notation, in older notation, if you are not in the jazz standard, you will see it notated as the little eighth notes over here, like 2 eighth notes equals, and then you would see the little notation of the triplets over here. And then that's how you would see it. It would show pretty much like this. And now that is the feeling that we are getting. We are still playing the same ideas. We have introduced a drum. And now we're in this room. Let's see where this goes. Oh, I need this. And another thing we've done is that we've solo-fied a little bit the melody that we're hearing. So we, basically, we are now playing the initial motif more as if it was a solo in a jazz band, rather than the arpeggiated melody that we had before, giving us this feel. And on top of that, we have the drums, right? Let's see where it goes. We remove the melody. And now we are having the bass doing its thing, which usually for this kind of feeling, you would have what is called a walking bass. That is a traditional thing to do in jazz. Toby decided not to do that and decided to keep the bass along with the drums. Usually when you have bass and drums, you want to do one of two things. You want to either lock those two in lockstep like we are right now, that whenever the bass drum hits, the bass hits and it's super nice and tight, or you want them doing something so wildly different from one another that it gives you a completely, like, it's just a cool contrast. If you want to hear an example of a bass solo that is just like bass being played with the drums just completely locked in, listen to the bass solo of Goat by Polyphia. That entire piece, Goat by Polyphia, is insanely impressive. But the bass solo is particularly impressive because every single note that the bass player plays, the kick drum is playing too. And it gets pretty fast at one point, and it's just really cool. And in essence, we're doing this. And then usually when you have a jazz feel like this, a swing feel, you are going to get a walking bass usually in the bass. which is the bass just going up and down the scale, fitting the chords. Boom, 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 while the drum is still doing the swing feel. That contrast gives you a very, very fun feeling. That's not what Toby is doing here, deviating from the standards of jazz, and it works. Let's see where it goes. And we have the bell. And we have a bell higher up, giving us small portions of the melody and the bass in what we could call accents. Accents being not for where somebody is from, but for accentuation, basically highlighting specific points in the rhythm. Pretty cool so far. Let's see where it goes. Nice. And there comes... Okay, and we bring in a variation of the initial motif. We bring in a variation of the very, very beginning with block chords that are now fading in, like getting louder and like fading in, getting louder. Plus the melody giving us a small variation, a little bit more dramatic than before, but still fairly loyal, and most importantly, being played on the rhythm of a walking bass. So Toby has flipped the script here and giving us an inverted walking bass. It's giving us a walking melody instead of a walking bass. Fascinating. Let's see where it goes. So yeah, you can hear the contrast between the drums and the melody. Like it's the melody is no longer following the that the rest of the instruments are playing. The melody is going straight eighth notes. And yeah, usually you would have this in the bass. I like this contrast. Let's see where it goes. And off the ramp we go, with the bass and the drums slowing completely down. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic term for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. Off the ramp is a transition, is what I call it, transition, a specific type that makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, kind of like going off a ramp. How do you do that? You remove the drums as they are and the bass, or the bass as it is, which is kind of what we did right now. We've now stripped the bass down and the drums down to a very basic version of what we had before, just having that slight sense of swing. Going off the ramp can be as short as a couple of measures. It can be as long as a full section. Just kind of what is going over here. Let's see where it goes. We're slowly adding more layers. Partially walking melody. Fully off the ramp. And we do one repetition of the motif from the lower end to give us a little bit of a lead into the next part. We bring back this section with now an extra element, which I think it has one more layer this time around, to make it more climactic, more epic. Really cool. The motif, I don't know if it is it or not. Such a fun. We add counterpoint to it on the higher end. We add some counterpoint at the higher end now. We bring back the chords. Very jazzy. How are you gonna end this though? We're in outro territory, basically playing and we remove everything. And we play a couple more times the jazzy, swingy feeling. And there you go. Oh, what a fun track that was. Not what I was expecting from the title, A Dark Zone, but that was really fun. There you go. That was 53, A Dark Zone from the Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 soundtrack by Toby Fox. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Once again, if we somehow reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, one fan fiction, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We have to achieve this through legitimate means, though. So no account duping, no botting, no buying followers, nothing like that. Go share the videos, go bring people over to the community, like share with your friends and everything, or use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have people in the community that do. So doing that, right? And members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you are a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them on Saturdays. So become a member today. If you want to watch this, listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, if you're on the live stream, you can start requesting now. If you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord server, link down below. Go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned message. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, that's fine. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in the Discord and the Twitch channels. So if you are in St. Louis and you're like, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. No worries. Just go to Discord or Twitch. They're both linked down below. They have the stream schedule showing in your local time zone and up to date. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because I'm on YouTube. Of course I have a gaming channel. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the recordings of the gaming VODs when they happen. Link down below, or just search on YouTube for the username, same as James R. Basterd. Just sub the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. A Dark Zone Deltarune soundtrack. Really good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.